Hey, can I get everyone to roll me a d20 real quick?
Here we go again.
Yo, dick measuring contest, let's go.
Oh, fuck. Ah, fuck.
Aha!
Maybe you want to be last.
Cool. Tally,
Oh.
tell us what happened last time.
Oh. Oh. What the fucking hell, I gotta sit up for this.
Yo, you gotta do a thing where we just do it.
Yeah,
the
last
voice
time
of the
on Lost
character.
Ascension, there was a bar fight that happened over a man who was named after a pickle. Suddenly, the party found themselves in the front lawn of a noble who liked to shut his door in the face of people because they're purple. What will happen today?
I think I'm scary. I
That's amazing.
I'm scary.
Puppies explode when they're touched.
We'll come back in where we left off last time. Right here where people are still at. Like, if I remember correctly, Aishah just walked off. Dune looks like she's about to walk off. Gerkin and Vir'Thyra are over with Kelvin, and Oleander is getting shown some flowers that Carly has planted.
Those are some pretty birds.
What birds are you talking about?
What?
I'm going back to the bar. I need another drink.
Dune already heading there.
Statement. Have fun, meatbag.
Anyway, I need a nap. Anyone know where a good bed is? I'll go sleep on the back of the donkeys. Anyway.
Confused statement. Didn't you come from tavern?
Gerkin already wandered off and did not hear.
Kelly is gonna come back in. Anything else you want to do then? Oleander's, you're the last one.
Oleander's just like looking at some of the flowers around, picking a few of the not the prettiest ones, but like the runner-ups. You know, don't want to disturb anything too much, but like, you know.
Kelly's just like, I can't rightly remember if I planted any poisonous ones over here. Eyesight ain't what it used to be.
Oh, let's... well, there are some over there. Probably best not to, you know, touch them with the bare hands.
Ah, bloody hell, I guess I'll have to take care of those later.
Yes, well, oh, these are lovely.
Thank you. I tried to keep a little bit of colour here.
You're doing a lovely job.
Thank you. I can't really see it myself, though. That's the issue. So it's more of just catharsis. Catharsis? Yeah.
That you know you're doing it.
Are you not going to be going out by any chance, do you know? Or are you just staying in this central hellhole?
I'm not planning on leaving today, but at some point, probably.
I think you could do us a favor if you're going out there then.
Yes.
See, alright. Well, hey, you know, it's just easier if you come inside. I can show you a little bit better.
Alright.
Kind of freaking comes in. It's as you like go to the door and see it open. She's wiping her feet on a mat, and then walking over, reaching over this counter as best she can. Kelvin sees her struggling and walks over, grabs something, and puts it up on the counter. Does Oleander wipe his shoes?
Yeah, I feel Oleander's the kind of person who would wipe his shoes on if there's a mat.
Duly noted.
Yeah, he seems like that kind of guy.
Patting down a piece of parchment, trying to make sure that it's all nice. And whenever you go in, she's like, Daddy, did you come look at this? This will give you a little bit of a idea of what I want to show you and everything.
Yo!
This.
Man,
Yeah.
is that an egg?
That's what.
That's the joke Westley made. It's not an egg. It's
Is it then?
It's a little lake with a block, like a weird block of ice in it in the center. No, those are dead trees. Also pop up for.
I assume there's a difference between light gray, and blackish.
Fucked up
Towers.
Some funky little towers. Literally nothing mapped out in the bottom section. That's suspicious as hell.
Very.
We should go in that direction and explore it.
I'm
not
curious.
say we did.
But what if I want to?
What if...
I
No.
want to as well.
Alright, so Carly.
Y'all fucking death wishes.
Y'all are boring.
Carly.
I'm an explorer.
I don't have any yet. I don't have any spells.
So Carly puts us down, shows it to you, and just, this is what we've got right now for what Jerry's able to get out there and do, and from whenever other people went out there.
Ooh, okay.
We've heard that in that area to the directions are fucky, and I don't have a good sense of direction. You see that volcano over there?
Oh, yes.
Okay, we'll just call that the volcanic or mountainous region. In that region, we've heard from people that went out there before and then decided they were never leaving this place again. They saw a gem that seemed to have a flame in it. If you run across that whenever you go out there, bring it back for us. That might be useful in our forge.
Ah, okay.
Also, you probably noticed the south. I feel like Jerry or Larry might have told you about that before. Did they? No.
I think they mentioned something.
Good, I don't want to go on about that. See, if I remember correctly, I think that could have been moved by now because of, how fucky this place is, and the monster might have taken it, or someone might have found it and then died somewhere completely different.
Oleander nodding along.
You can take this if you want it.
Oh, well, if you're offering, sure.
If I need a new one, I'll just get one from the little midget.
You mean Jerry?
That's what I said, the little midget! Statement. You too are a midget, meatbag. Go fuck yourself.
Oleander takes the map.
Nice.
Guys, we got our map. We got the town map.
Hello.
You got the town map.
It's more of a
Fair.
world map.
Thank
Don't
you.
be... no problem. Don't be a stranger.
I will try.
You just hear, behind you, as, the door closes, just... What does he mean he'll try not to be a stranger? I mean, we just met. Statement. Do you not understand sarcasm or other things?
Oleander doesn't even know what a sarcasm is.
That man does not have a single sarcasm bone in his body.
Alright. For right now, the three of you, Dune, Vir, and Gerkin, are making your way back towards the tavern. You do still hear a little bit of conflict, and as you walk in and get closer, you notice, there's still one of those big guys there.
Oh god.
You see Larry landing the final blow it possibly on this thing. God damn it, I fucking hate these things! And just a loud thud as he brings a warhammer down on this goop wolf, or as you have now dubbed them, Poppy. It does not pop. And as its body slowly starts to begin to melt, you just see him quickly grab the sort of mass bone. He grabs the face and just chucks it over to there as best he can, adding to the, little goop pile. Alright, that's all of it. Oh, you three are back. I take it the rest of the town is good then?
Yeah, I'm getting too old for this
More or
shit.
less.
How's everything out there? No one give you any trouble, did they?
Not really.
That's good.
Just a bunch of dumb wolves. Anyway,
I just need a drink after that.
I need a nap. And Gerkin just falls on the table.
He just gets on the bench.
He's a fucking ragdoll.
Jerry over, trying to serve drinks to other people. It's just like, damn it, I'm too fucking slow on that one. Yeah, I'll get your drink. Give me a fucking second, jeez.
I gently poke Gerkin with the end of my bow. Okay, he's not dead. Good.
Yeah, what happened to the rest of you?
I don't know.
They're somewhere. We didn't lose anybody.
They aren't dead.
Oh, that's good. He pokes Gerkin as well. Just is he all...
He's
He's
alive,
not
just
dead.
old.
You resist getting picked up by a big man.
Probably not. I'm only like 50 pounds.
Very true. You just feel yourself getting picked up and
50
Try to
pounds. How
carry
the
it
fuck are
effectively.
you still alive?
Alright, go put this one in a
Okay.
bed or something. Yeah, give me a minute. Jerry, get them drinks and whatnot. Yeah, I'm fucking on it! I'm only one goblin.
Put the little guy on a bed.
Look at it.
I'm too old for this.
Sit anywhere, God, I'll be with you in a second, Birdman.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
I was told to sit.
Interesting choice.
What?
Oh, if it was me, I would just have picked one of the empty tables. You're welcome to sit there. I don't care.
I didn't want to take up a whole table to myself. That feels greedy.
Oh, greed never hurt anyone.
I think it has.
Just like a
Historically.
little! Being able to sit by yourself at an entire table is sometimes really fun. And sometimes because people are racist.
Oh! Fair.
He
Hey, that's
gestures to
fucking
her
truth.
face. Nobody really likes it when you're purple and have no pupils. Yes. I don't get it myself.
Hi, Jerry.
I just assumed what she wanted. Hopefully that drink's good, Toots!
Am I Toots or are you Toots? Barry, who's Toots in this situation?
Yes!
Alright.
Does that mean me as well?
Yes, I guess.
Hello there.
You look like you fucking... Jerry's gone, and then he's back with a mug of, that stronger stuff again. Just, oh, here's the last one. I was wondering where you went. Here you go,
She just kind of raises an eyebrow like, you act like we're a bunch of preschoolers wandering around a place full of knives.
Hello, Aishah.
I mean, that's not the worst analogy I've heard for it, actually.
She just smiles. That's why I said it.
Bunch of preschoolers walking around a bunch of... I'm gonna have to save that one for later.
Yeah, that sounds apt. Quite. I can speak from experience. It's quite accurate.
You had kids with knives?
I ran an orphanage with a lot of young children.
Oh, my condolences. Kids are the fucking
not
worst.
at all. Not at all. They were wonderful. It was great.
You just stop a minute before, turning to the side and sitting down.
I'm just gonna get you a basic one. You don't look too fucked up.
Take the sip.
But then again, I don't know, maybe. Hey, make me a con save real quick.
Because of course, you fucking goober.
Yeah. Oh, God, that burns. This is stronger than the last shit they gave you. Where the hell were they hiding this?
Look over, Jerry. This is exactly what I needed. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah. God, shit. You want just basic thing? Is that fine? I didn't ask the other one either, but, I figured this was fine.
Water will do just fine.
Oh, fine, more for me. As he walks away, he's taking a big swig of the mug of alcohol he was gonna give you.
Aishah.
Comes back a moment later with a mug of water. Do you want a bendy straw too?
A what?
He reaches in a little pocket in the maid dress and just pulls out a little wooden straw that seems flexible at one of the weirdest parts.
That's cool.
Aishah, flat expression, grabs with 2 fingers, holds the bendy straw in front of her spectacles, just studying it, bends it very gently.
It's so weird. This is made out of wood. How is that bending? How?
She looks at the straw. She looks at Jerry. She looks at the straw. Looks at Jerry. You're a magician.
He, kind of, with one hand still holding the freaking mug, taking a big gulp, just wiggles the other hand, just little sparks come flying. Guilty as charged, Toots.
She'll place it in her
Oh no,
cup and
so
just
she's Toots now.
happily sips.
I think I understand how Toots works. Is it a title that he just gives to anyone?
Transitive property of Toots.
The transitive property of Toots. Oh my lord.
I have another question. Jerry,
Yes.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you dressed like that?
You hear someone coming down the stairs. They stop. They walk right back up the stairs. Jerry just kind of like looks at you. I mean, is it weird to be dressed like this? I feel like your outfit's more weird.
I don't think so. I'm just curious.
I mean, like, you wear a work outfit when you're working, right? Wait.
Jerry, can I ask you about how the fuck toots works? What does it mean?
Okay, well, before I finish that, listen here, Ollie. I think I fill out this dress nice.
I do too.
Good, we're on the same page. He looks up here and just takes another big sip. How does toots work? Cool. So you know how some people say you, or you all, or they, or such? It's like that for me.
Sure, okay.
It's like my way of like, oh.
Generically referring to someone.
Yeah, exactly, sweet cheeks.
Is that another one?
That's a good question.
Oh my god. Is this just a thing that goblins do?
That is also a good question. When I find it out, I'll let you know.
Alright.
It might just be a me
Oh my
thing.
lord.
Here, we'll just sip her drink.
Grabs a few things and walks. You just see him walking, annoyed, carrying a box of tools, some wood, and everything. He's fixing the door, because that was broken last time.
Oh no, Larry's door.
Did I promise I was gonna help with that? I can't remember. If I did, I'm gonna go over and help him.
I can't remember.
I feel like I did. So if it wasn't me, whatever. Now it was.
Yeah, exactly. Check that off and then...
Care for some assistance?
Oh, that would be nice. This shit is always... built this place all by myself and whatnot, but repairs always are a bitch. And just, here, hold this real quick.
She holds it. I wouldn't want to get in the way of your too particular over your, pride and joy.
I mean, I've got a weird arrow hole, projectile weapon hole. What the fuck does he even call that thing? Boomstick? Boomstick. I'll just call it a boomstick, because it made a loud boom, and it's a stick.
And it's a stick.
Exactly. You get it.
Nomenclature is not lost on you, I see.
Exactly. Let's see here.
As she's helping, she's just gonna muse out. Do you happen to know what the large mass of ice to the south is?
Oh, that is a lake with a weird giant piece of ice in it. Fun fact about that ice: I occasionally go to it, or send Jerry out to it, to break off a chunk of ice. Days later, that ice seems to regrow or such, so it's nice to just, have a stockpile of ice sometimes for cold drinks and beverages. Also, it's where we get a lot of our drinking water. That's not from my decanter.
It's sanitary?
Yes, weirdly enough. Like, it is.
That's mildly suspicious, but alright.
That's what I thought too, but I don't fully understand it, and I don't really care to study it. I'm not really He kind of like stops midway, hammering a little bit of a makeshift patchwork like on the door, and just kind of motions. I'm, hands-on, not really a. That's a job I would give probably to old Vesvern Rose Blossom.
Oh please,
He is very
that man's
particular
worth
about
something.
Them. Oh yes, he makes very good potions and other things. He has a few home recipes as well that he can't even make at the moment since he doesn't have the herbs for them.
He crossed me as an oblivious git, but I suppose there is more to learn about him.
Oblivious? Probably. The man would get wrapped up in his work and forget to eat if we didn't have a Jerry. Right? And then that's good enough. Kind of stands up the door.
Yes, I suppose it'll hold. Am I able to, I don't know, help action his carpentry check or whatever the fuck?
Yeah. Sure.
There we go.
Thank you for the help on that, and now I just have to...
It's
the
no
wall!
problem.
The wall! This
After
one's
all
a...
the destruction was partially my fault.
Well, I mean, the door was more so that they came kind of blasting through. What you did kind of was a little after the fact. It was already a bit meh at that point, you know?
Let me repay my dues either way.
I appreciate it. God, so... here, let me help. Get some help on this one as well, I guess. These holes.
Of course. Would you like me to take the other side?
Oh, that would be amazing. Just hear him through the hole just... when are you guys thinking about heading out, or are you going to be staying here in the middle?
Honestly, I'm not quite sure if the structures here could sustain... She pauses talking while hammering and then just keeps going on.
Yeah, we haven't been attacked here in, to be completely honest, it's been so long that I've forgotten. It's a rare occurrence, it would seem.
Well, it's easy for everyone else in this ragtag band to just survive here in the central town.
Yes, it does seem like you all are very handy.
Huh.
I thought you might like that joke.
I appreciate it. What I was trying to say, though, is that I myself should head out at least a little bit, out of necessity. Unfortunately, ice water from an infinite cube and all of Jerry's ales are not enough to sustain me.
Yes, also the ales do take a while to make at times. The private stock takes...
Does he just give those away for free? Because he really shouldn't.
Well, normally I charge for food and board and whatnot, but when something like this happens, it feels only right to help people out, you know.
Can't say I disagree with that.
I'll say, make
board nailing roleplay.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. Just make me a quick little dexterity check.
Okay.
He also rolled pretty low, but that's sad.
Too busy talking.
You two finish, and it's patched up. If there's a breeze, it'll probably come through a little bit, like kind of get that little
whistling.
Yeah, exactly. It'll work.
It's functional.
Exactly.
We'll hopefully keep a little bit of heat in if we shove like a sock in it.
Are you gonna shove a sock in the hole?
We'll save that for when I have a sock to spare.
Very bad. The patchwork heat is done, and like the him trying to talk, it's much more muffled to where you can't really understand it as well. It's just like a way to describe it. It's just like it's just like, and after a moment of like, oh wait, it doesn't sound like she's responding. Just I think we're done.
Stands up, wipes her brow. Neither of them acknowledged that they could have kept the door open the whole time.
Neither of them. But I was going to say, if you lot do go out, Jerry. Wow, I was getting a good buzz going. Really? No, but I can lie. What's up? Do you still have any of the... Yeah, I've still got some. I'll go get them. Jerry just walks off again and just... Occasionally I send Jerry out to do this, but if you lot are out there, you know, it might save time, and I can even do a little favor every now and again. If you come across any livestock, it's a demiplane still, so I assume that the logic of the spell still works. I don't fully understand this stuff. It's bullshit magic, you know?
Does certainly seem like it, what with the infinite eyes.
Right. Occasionally, whenever Jerry's out, he'll find non-corrupted or barely corrupted animals, be it cows or sheep, etc. Things that we can eat. He's gone off to grab something that'll help with transporting those back.
Huh.
If you can send some back for about, I'd say, every one or so, I can try to whip up something for at least 2 of you.
I would have a request then in that regards.
Yes,
Do you slaughter the livestock here?
I do, but I mean, not in here, but at a...
Well, yes, of course. I merely request that I be allowed to assist in that matter.
Oh, yes. You know, hey, who knows? Maybe with somebody competent helping, I might be able to not ruin the pelts and whatnot, and maybe actually for once we'll be able to give Rubitan some of this stuff.
I'm no master, but my mentor did teach me a decent amount.
I mean, you can't be any worse than Jerry. Fuck you, man! I'm not that bad. You're pretty bad.
Small hands aren't good for ripping hide.
Yeah, but I can get the nice nitty-gritty things done with my dexterous finger. Whatever. Here, take this. Yeah, Jerry holds out a small little gem to you.
Yeah? Okay.
The gem itself is a palm-sized, sort of translucent stone with multiple glowing red and blue specks within. It kind of looks almost like a strange magical night sky within that gem. And as you hold it, it feels like it kind of pulsates ever so faintly. I make these things at times, you know, when I have the capability, when I'm not out and about. I call it a recall stone. It's a one and done. Once you use that thing, it's gonna crumble to fucking dust. So, if I have extras, I'll probably toss one to each of you fuckos.
Where does it recall to?
Here. Not like here, but like here to this central safety area, like to the center of town.
This is very valuable. Thank you.
Yeah, all you gotta do is just kinda pull it out, hold it in your hand, and kinda crush it, or just focus on it. Effectively, you and 7 other willing people will be teleported to the center of town. Besides that, you can also use that on animals, which is what I do at times.
I was just about to ask. Alright.
Yes.
That would make that a lot easier.
Oh yeah, that's how I try to do it, but sometimes you can't, you know? And so you have to try to play, oh, follow me, little cow, and then it gets corrupted, and then you have to fight a weird-ass, like, Corruptamoo name pending.
Corruptamoo?
I don't have a good name for it. Do I look like a guy with a good naming sense? I got Recall Stone. That's good enough.
That one's pretty good, I'd say.
Animals are hard. Like, bleh. Anyway.
How about instead of bovine, badvine?
Fuck, that's good!
Well, actually, there goes my idea.
What's your idea?
Agree. I was going to say to ask Oleander.
Ah.
He's good at
I mean-
names.
What did he call that other one? A Poppy? Popo? Papernapadop?
Obvious.
Okay, I had it right the first time.
They pop.
Yeah, that, fun fact. Ever seen those really do that? Granted, never really tried to fight any of them.
You say they get corrupted, right?
Yep.
Likely is it that corruption progressed further?
Possible. I have no idea. You got, old numbnuts to start looking at stuff, didn't you?
Yes.
We might be able to find something out from that later then. But back on the topic of that stone, if somebody is too fucked up, it will glow red and not work.
That's a very good safety mechanism.
Yeah, don't want somebody to accidentally...
Or someone who died coming back. Yes.
Exactly.
I very much agree with that.
At this point, after explaining that, he's done. There are people that still are out there. But, you know, some people don't really want to come back because, it's difficult to traverse. And if they find a safe spot or are able to make themselves survive out there, then why come back if it's too risky to get caught? You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
More hands on deck in this place, we might be able to get more stuff going and even get these defenses better. Maybe even get
Well,
some help.
If there are people surviving out there, I think it would be a good idea to knock some sense into them and try and pool our resources here.
Exactly. Hey, yo.
If anything, if I do end up using this, it'll be to bring someone or something back. Don't
Yeah,
plan
you
on
get-
leaving without one, now knowing that these exist.
Oh yes, they're very useful. I try to, make sure Jerry has enough time to make a decent amount, but
If there's anything I could forge to assist Jerry in making them, that would be nice to know.
did somebody say they wanted a quest from yours truly?
Oh my goodness. Can you just simply hear anything said here?
Within reason, actually, yes.
Or do you have an incredible sixth sense?
It depends. If I'm stepping between stuff, I can actually hear things to a relatively decent degree.
It was a rhetoric. But, yes.
He kind of gets a look of embarrassment and then just kind of like puts on that cocky thing of like, yeah, I knew that. Okay, you see those things? Okay, cool. If you can find like these weird blue-looking ones, that'd be great. They are blue-looking gems and they look like they got stars in them. Bring back enough and I can do some shit with them and make more recall stones easier.
Duly noted.
It's weird how those things just exist here. Here's this, by the way. He's given each of you, except for, the guy who's asleep, a recall stone.
Excuse me, Larry?
Yeah, what's up?
Would it be possible to get a room for the night?
Yeah, that's easy enough done.
Right. I'll
Yes.
probably be leaving in the morning.
Hello!
I'm not sure, but it's not safe for me to stay here. Apparently these things are attracted to me for some god-awful reason.
I mean, depends on which thing we're talking about.
Those creatures.
Dune, was it? You're leaving in the morning?
As we said before, it's not safe for me to stay.
I don't feel it's safe for anyone to stay. I myself am going to be leaving in the morning as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I concur with the whole nowhere's really safe. Here's just mildly safer.
If you wish to travel together, I am
I was
extending
about
an
to
offer.
ask, would you mind some company?
Would I mind it? Yes. Do I wish for it? Also, yes.
You're confusing, you know that?
My wishes do not dictate the most logical course of action.
Very well then.
Just make sure if you lot are heading out to stock up on anything you might need before leaving.
What's in town as far as shops?
Right, well, you've got the blacksmiths with Carly and Kelvin. Rubitan runs a sort of clothier. He can make you leatherwork things, occasionally a cloak here or there, maybe. He doesn't really have the materials for any sort of magical works at the moment.
A traveling cloak would probably be...
You can get food from us here, and then potions and some sort of alchemical applications, such as acids at times, or poisons if you so need it, can be gotten from Lord Vezran Roseblossom. He kind of exaggerates with a little bit of a hand wave in the air, and then kind of down to his gut, and kind of just chuckles.
I'll have to pay the noble a visit then. How much are your rations?
Same rate as I would assume they still charge out there. What is it, like a... Shit, what are they up to at this point? Kind of pulls out a little pocketbook that's got like a bunch of marks in it. I think that it's about that at the moment is what they give.
Inflation's a killer.
It is, especially since the way to get certain things is a bitch here. At the moment, I would say rations would be hitting you for about 7 silver a pop.
7 silver?
Yep, a pop. He's walking away, just shouting this over. Get out of here, Joe. That's my spot. Yeah.
Yeah, I can afford it, but I'm not sure. I'd have to check my own supplies first. Aishah, is there anything you need?
Not quite sure yet. I
would
still
like
haven't
to-
done a rundown on all of my belongings to make sure nothing got lost in the teleportation, I suppose, we're assuming. What
Alright,
have you?
I should probably go and check with the apothecary and see if he has any
You do that.
supplies. I'll do that in the morning before I leave.
Are you alright, girlie? You seem abnormally on edge.
I had lost consciousness with my home burning around me. Woke up in this land only to find out that apparently my soul has been fragmented. Evil creatures are attracted to me. Everyone around me is in danger because of that. And as far as I know, there's no easy way home. How would you have me
Exciting, isn't
react? Hardly the word I'd have for it, but I suppose it is in its own way.
She kind of just puts her hands behind her neck. I was off-put at first, but honestly, I'd take this any day than anything back there.
To put it mildly, I find it overwhelming, frightening even. I honestly don't know what to do. All I know is that I can't stay here.
Well, can't is quite a strong word. Shouldn't is probably the better word.
No, can't works. I couldn't live for myself if anyone got hurt because of me.
Again, I repeat, shouldn't is the proper word. Aishah smiles.
Dune kind of gives a half smile back. If you insist.
Go on, go buy your things, I'll be here.
Alright, thank you.
Oh, don't mention it.
What do you mean you don't conjugate the verbs like that? I don't think I could put my head around it.
Yes, well, you're supposed to. Technically, you're supposed to do it like verb adjective now.
Yeah?
Pardon me,
Why?
you two. Do you have a moment?
Sure.
Myself and the cleric are planning on leaving, tomorrow morning. An expedition to get some more knowledge on the grounds. Potentially take a look at a theoretically unmelting block of ice. Search for livestock. That sort of
That
thing.
must be the blue egg on the map. That makes far more sense.
Hold on, back up. You have a map?
Oleander takes out the map.
Yes, I was just given it. Not too long ago.
I wasn't aware that this place had any maps. Do you mind if I sit?
I mean, as long as you're not going to be like Lord Vesford Rosebottom and, slam a door at me.
Do I look that insufferable?
I think his name was Blossom.
Lord Overindulgent Rose Ass, yes.
Oleander spreads out the map.
Very, hexagonal. It's a strange way of doing a map.
It gives you a good idea of,
Space?
length. Yeah, I was going to say time to travel.
I wish I had a good idea of time. Don't
I
feel
have a
like
fairly
time
good
works
idea of
properly
time.
here. You do? Oh, please enlighten me. What time is it?
Well, I'd have to look outside.
Oh, yes. Go right ahead, of course, yes. Look outside and tell me what time it is.
Okay, Richard, I'm gonna go outside and look at and try to tell what time it is.
Okay.
Vera, come back. Oleander was correct. It's dinner time.
Lovely.
Did you stare at the sun, too?
No, I didn't mean to. I looked up, but
Neither did I, but I found myself drawn to it anyway. It's wrong.
Yes, it's a weird sun. It doesn't hurt as much as it normally does, which is
It
weird.
doesn't hurt at all.
Sure, for you. Sure. Yes, quite a bit.
Are you really old enough to have cataracts or something?
Do I look like I ever lived on the surface to you? Look at my eyes. Look at my pupilless white eyes.
Ah, yes. And the customs of the underground are reserved enough to not understand a jab.
Oh no, I'm just going along with you.
Really?
Oh yes. Look at my special eyes.
They're very special.
Thank you.
Pardon me, how did he put it? Oh yes, she does like a motion with her hands of a door closing.
Boo. Anyway, the map. Very interesting. What are these towers?
I'm particularly fascinated with the fact that the southern quadrant doesn't seem to be mapped at all.
Probably due to how many people are dying when they go that way.
Lack of living cartographers is what I would hazard as a guess.
Yes, exactly. And with the lack of living cartographers, I'm assuming Jerry doesn't want to die.
How very wise of him. The blue egg, as it were, is what I was planning on checking out tomorrow morning. Dune is going to accompany me, as she does not feel like she can subsist in this town without being a melodramatic burden upon the people here. I'm trying to talk some sense into her, but it doesn't seem to be working. I'm afraid bluntness is not for everyone.
Perhaps if there's evidence of nothing gets thrown to her over there, assuming that.
I believe she has completely missed the point that all 5 of us seem to be an anomaly.
Yes.
That being said, where is
The old man? Oh, we walked in the door, and then he flopped onto a bench, immediately passing out, and, I believe Larry took him upstairs.
Okay, good. He hasn't found himself dead in the few hours that I was gone.
Yes, he's not dead as far as we know, though we haven't checked on him in a little bit.
Died in his sleep, I'll consider it a blessing.
If he dies in his sleep, I feel like that's a... It was coming for him, no matter what, then.
That one's only got a few years left anyway.
Damn!
Oh, it's
Damn!
hilarious.
Damn!
If you scroll down, you can actually pull out your own tokens. It's in the players folder and the travel tokens folder.
Nice, it's me.
Yes.
Me and my rusty face.
mine.
Okay.
Yeah, look at that.
Yo, I
yeah.
love it.
Okay.
Oh, it's so
I
good.
might have broke something up recently.
That is what I was doing with Gerkin. I'm really happy with Gerkin.
It's so good. My plan is to look for other people. I've been told that there are explorers and travelers who have found themselves unable to return to this settlement here. I believe that if any sort of motion is to be mounted to get out of this place, it should be done en masse. So, I'm going to take things slowly and carefully, and start by simply exploring that which is nearby.
I can agree with that. I am rather curious as to... I'm assuming the houses with the X's through them are settlements that were last seen abandoned and or destroyed?
That makes the most sense to me.
I'm wondering about the hill with the lines on it, though, like a door.
They look to be catacombs of some sort, or possibly abodes of goblins. I know not.
I would be interested in at least scouting around. That's not too far from the edge.
The towers in the four corners do pose questions. They seem structurally improbable.
Yes, it is awful odd that it is in a different kind of land. Though, do we have an idea of what these colors mean? Who made it?
Jerry, right?
Somebody was like, what's up?
What do the colors mean?
Oh! Okay, well, the green is like, grass and, like, sort of safe area, typical. These bushy trees are, like, the last I checked them, not bad, dead, corrupt trees. That's a weird-ass blue mark. That's not one of mine. These gray tiles kind of, like, just designate where the corruption kind of starts and everything. These darker gray tiles are like a weird... Well, you say like there's this volcano up here? Spewing the white goop?
Yes.
Listen, I do what I can with what I've got.
Mildly excited volcano.
Yes,
Is
it's...
it actually spewing white?
Yes!
Really?
Yes, instead of lava, it spews out...
A white hot goo?
to an extent, yes. But in, like,
Oh
these...
gosh.
But in these spaces like down here, he points to...
Derelict.
like this and like this. That's the same sort of goop, but it's not hot, or so they said. That is like the best way to really describe those little like darker gray spots are, think of a bog or a swamp, but the more you walk in it, the more nasty and the more those veins and whatnot people seem to get sometimes get worse.
Heavy corruption.
Yeah. Traverse those at your own peril, but be very careful. Get out of them quickly if possible.
Good to know.
These black ones are kind of like a swampy bog sort of thing as well. They, luckily, don't seem to have any sort of like evil, taint, corrupt bullshit going on. All these little things that look like trees, but have no leaves, those are like dead trees, and obviously. Mountains, mountain ranges, hills. Oh, yeah, this is a dungeon. Or at least what I'm dubbing a dungeon.
I
You're
was actually interested in
joking,
doing.
right?
Nope. Not joking at all. It's effectively a dungeon, that's what I call it.
Like some sort of large-scale game?
No, I mean, like, one of those things that, like, I know, like, people typically call them, like, dungeons or whatever for, like, if, you hold people in them or whatever in a castle, etc. I call it a dungeon because, like, it is a large expanse underground that seems to be a sort of, for lack of a better, yeah, kind of like a catacombs. I didn't get that far in, because, like,
Have any of them been explored to the fullest of their extent, or have you merely just poked your head in?
Any of the ones that I've been able to get in, I've just kind of poked my head in. I don't want to go too far. That's kind of why the motions to the southern section, kind of why that's very barren. And to answer if anyone's ever done any of them, if they have, they haven't told me, and so I can't answer that fully. I'm sorry.
If they have, they either gone there and died or haven't told you. Fair enough.
Pretty much, yeah.
Found some second or tertiary demiplane.
Oh,
Who knows how
no,
deep this could go?
layering.
It could have layers. I am simply putting this on the table. It could have layers.
Oh.
You could
Oh,
simply
right.
just be on level 1, Jerry.
Please, I don't want to think of that anymore. Also,
Then stop thinking of it.
Here, I'll focus on this. These are kind of like weird tower things.
Yes, I was meaning to ask about those.
Yeah, so I poked my head in on at least this one and this one. The other two, I just can see them, so I'm like, okay, I'm not getting that close. That's too far out. But peeking my head in on those other ones, they're kind of like the catacombs, but weird. Kind of. Probably bigger, but when I stuck my head in to specifically this one, I can remember the best. One of the rooms was like a log cabin-esque thing where somebody would do research or whatever, right? But it was on fire. But the fire didn't hurt. Kind of like a weird illusion of sorts, maybe?
That's very odd.
Right?
Weird security system?
Maybe? I have no idea. Like, I saw like something kind of moving inside, and I was just like, fuck this, I'm out!
Understandable.
I also, like, there's two, like, really weird things, too. That tree up there in the top right, and that volcano that's, as the funny one put it, super excited. Yes, the excited volcano.
Am I the funny one now?
I think you both are pretty funny, you and that, Toots over there. Motions to Veer.
I'm funny?
Oh yeah, you guys are hilarious, you two.
I don't think I've been called funny a day in my life.
At least someone appreciates the sarcasm.
Like, the closest I got to the volcano would probably be about here-ish.
Mm-mm.
And then for the tree, it's kind of like in here, like in this general vicinity of these. Getting close, kind of like, that like sense of dread that you get sometimes, like hair on the back of your neck standing up and just like, I might die if I go too close, or if I touch the butt. Like that chick might stab me if I touch her butt. Kind of like that.
I feel like that's a reasonable reaction if you do that on top.
Yeah, but what if they got a nice butt?
Well, then you ask permission.
Or you sneak a touch when they're not looking.
Exactly.
Just like a finger gun, like, or yeah, just like fist bump with Jerry.
Oleander tilts his head like a bird.
Points to the places that are the houses, looking thing with the crosses on them. Those are places that looked like they might have been settlements at some point or some form of ruins, but they kind of collapsed and have been overrun.
Oh, if we're looking for a fight, we can go there.
Yeah, I would highly recommend.
Not particularly looking for a fight yet.
Yeah.
Yes, but if we get bored.
It's very fair. I will say, if you see anything that is like an amalgamation of multiple bodies or creatures merged together, fucking run.
Yeah. I think
Common problem that people here run into.
Rare problem, and why I don't go out to the south that often.
Oh, are they all over?
There are a few that I've seen. Last I counted, I saw 3, but it could be the same one, or there might be more. I'm unsure, and I really don't want to risk my little life. I've got one of those, and I'm not...
Only one of them, and only so much alcohol to go around. Wouldn't want to waste all of
Exactly.
that time. Yes. Although I don't see myself going out and procuring livestock for the rest of my days, so I think at some point we should take a foray into the south. Once we're more accustomed with the place. A swimmer doesn't start immediately on the diving board.
True. What's a diving board?
A board for diving.
What's swimming?
Oh, you don't have lakes underground.
Well, to need that with pure water.
Really?
Are you
Mostly acid.
yanking my chain, or do you not know what swimming is?
Heard it a few times when I've gone to the surface, but I've never really...
Recreationally entering the water and moving through it.
Why would you want to be wet?
You must not get much action.
God damn it.
I get more action than you, Grandma.
Ooh.
Oh, those are fighting words.
Aishah's really getting her character this episode.
I will say, as mapped out as like these upper sections look, I will say I haven't found everything. I primarily just like landmarks and whatnot, primarily. And if I find a dungeon, I mark it.
So even in these upper areas, it's incomplete.
Yeah.
Ah.
I think we've found a completionist on our hands.
Do you wish to go square by square and comb every single dust molecule?
I wouldn't go that far.
But he would
Every
like
other
to go
dust
square by
molecule?
square.
Maybe.
Everything. Are you sure?
As much as I do want to make fun of the lad for it, I think there is a reason to have some sort of method.
Yeah.
Keep track of where we have been and haven't been. Jerry, do you know of which areas, if any, that have been completely explored?
None. Or at least none that I know of.
Wonderful.
Nothing in the safe zone?
I don't have any, like, catacombs or whatever that have been fully explored. I haven't, like, properly explored every inch of every area. Or...
It's going to be a lot of work.
Could be worse. I'd
It
rather
could.
take.
Could be worse. Could be
mapping
5 more
over-
levels.
Could be 5 more layers.
Could be 7. Have you heard of the 9 levels of
Could
hell?
be 100.
Would be possible that we're in Gehenna.
I do have one question. Is there a reason that the map stops here, aside from you just haven't gone that far?
That's as big as the paper was?
That's as big as the paper was. Like thing, I didn't want to go too far.
I believe it's hexagonal, actually.
Actually, a diamond. You know,
It's
with
a
its tips cut off.
honeycomb.
Ooh, honey sounds nice. Maybe I'll go steal a jar of honey later.
Are there bees?
Rarely, yes.
I don't want to think of what a corrupt bee could do to you.
I want to know what a corrupt bee could do.
I want to know if that would still make honey and if it would be any better.
I
Or
don't
maybe
want
it
to know
makes
what the
purple
honey
honey.
would taste like.
Tastes like pure corruption. Smear it on your temples to remove night trauma.
I mean, that could be a thing. You never know, actually.
That would sell for a pretty penny.
If what I just said is completely factual, then I think I'm going to give up and become a prophet rather than a monk.
Wait, you mean like you guys aren't already kind of like prophetic? I thought that you guys like got like a weird sixth sense or something whenever you meditated or such.
No, we're just very good at listening.
Ugh. Damn, I thought she had all the answers! Oh, he just walks away. You hear him, like, going off and just like, ah!
And she's just gonna kind of whisper, but loud enough for him to hear. If I had all the answers, why would I tell you?
Oh, God.
Listen, I love Aishah so much. Can I get some Vezrin time?
That's exactly what
Lord Ezra Rosebottom!
I'm going to murder that man.
Alright, let me see. Where the fuck? Knock knock.
You hear, like, sounds like clinking away, like, with multiple vials and whatnot, and just, did somebody just know? If somebody's there, you do know that this is a shop and it's open. Unless,
hello
of course, you're gonna stab me. If you're gonna... Kind of, like, looks at me. You're not gonna stab me, are you?
No, sorry, where am I, manners? Show courtesy, Lord Vezrin?
I don't believe I remember your name, or if I caught your name before. What was your name again?
People just call me Dune, Lord.
Very good, Dune. Can I help you? Don't mind
yes.
the mess and the fact that I'm not looking over at you. I'm sorry for my rudeness, but Lord Vezrin Roseblosom's work is never done in trying to figure out what the... A big pluff of smoke comes from the cauldron that he is in front of, just covering his face and, like, the front of his clothes, and just like... Work is never done.
Yes, I understand that this is a shop of sorts, and... You see, my companions and I are planning an expedition into the wild, and I was wondering if you had any alchemical agents or anything for sale?
Like, he's holding up, like, a finger, just coughing a little bit, you know, the bit of soot, dust, and whatnot, coming off, just... snaps his fingers, prestidigitates himself clean after a few hits. Just, okay, that was the poor mixture, and, that thing is fucked up. Alright, you would need, what was it, potions or things to help with finagling with the keys a little bit.
What would you have available?
It depends. What are you looking for, darling?
Well, do you have any potions of healing to start?
Let's see here. Kind of goes into the back. Door kind of closes. But after a moment, this door slams. He comes back and he's just like, okay, just basic potions of healing, yes? Generic basic ones?
Whatever you have available.
For the moment, only basic ones. The herb gardens are not being too kind at the moment. It's unfortunate, but as you know, certain things are not able to be got. I do have 6 potions of basic healing at the moment.
How much each?
Because of how the scarcity and all that, and I'd wager at the moment. It pulls out a little abacus and starts doing math.
Dune just gives a pleasant smile.
If you were to buy all
Bats her eyes a few times.
If you were to purchase them in bulk at the moment, I could give them to you for around 330 gold. Total.
Yeah, 330 for the lot.
Yes.
I'll take them. Is there anything else that you think might be useful?
Depends. Kind of like looks you up and down again, kind of looks at your weapon. It's like, you are not one that I believe would use poisons. But other things...
I normally no, but I'll take whatever might be helpful at this point.
Well, with that, poisons would not be very useful with motions to your mace. They would be more effective on slashing weapons, such as or slashing or piercing of sorts. Maybe arrows or bolts, maybe a sword of sorts, but I wouldn't recommend you purchasing those. That would be pointless for you. However...
I see.
However, he kind of pokes your forearm a little bit and kind of
reaches into her bag of holding, pulls out her crossbow.
Oh, you have one of those.
Sometimes it's best not to get too close to something.
Fair, very fair. However, I would say that you are a little bit more... once again, he's kind of poking and prodding, the bicep, the forearm, etc. Just, I feel it might be a bit...
Underneath, you would see, underneath her, light-looking exterior, there's some muscle there.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, which is what he was getting at. He's just yes, I feel like instead of poisons, it might be better if you would use things such as maybe alchemist fires or some acidic vials, maybe. Those would be a little bit easier since you can throw those.
I see. And how much would those run me?
Whew, that's, let me double check to see how much I have in stock at the moment. This time the door is left open, you hear, clattering, just oh, shit, that is not good, that's fine, I'll clean that up later. Let's see, this and this, and that. She'll probably be better with that. Comes back out holding 3 differently colored vials. One is red, where the liquid seems to be swirling rapidly. The other, a very soft, kind of cyanish white that, as he gets closer, kind of feels like it gives off a little bit of an air of chill. And then there's a really bright blue one that there's something inside that's moving fast as fuck. I have some of these. I call these my... I mean, I technically call them a caustic brew, but to other people I call them my Lord of Rose Blossom specials. I only have these 3 at the moment.
And what do they do?
They work very similarly to a sort of chemical fire, except it's my own brew, a bit more, well, as the name surmises, it's a little bit more caustic. You throw one of these bad boys and you create a little bit of a, well, I say create, they typically explode, and depending upon what color they are is a sort of damaging effect that they can do. Red for fire, this blue for lightning, and this nice very cold crisp one for cold.
I see. And how much are these each?
These are very special and take a little bit of effort for me to make, so I would say around 100 each.
100 each? So 300 for all 3?
Yes.
Alright, I'll take all 3 of them.
Ooh, very nice, very nice, thank you. Let me just kind of puts them in a nice little leather bag, just so they're nice and kept slightly apart from each other and won't rattle too much. Here you go. I will say be very careful. If you uncork it, it can also cause the effect to happen as well. So I very much do not recommend uncorking it. Unless you're being some sort of suicidal maniac like what some people would do, and I've seen people do that before.
Yeah.
Please.
Dear me. Alright, good to know. You should put a warning label that lists these instructions on them.
I mean, I would, but, well, you know what? Yeah, it's easier to show. He takes back the red file real quick and pulls out a piece of parchment, kind of licks the back of it, so it has a little bit of moisture, so it should theoretically stick to glass, even if only temporary, and he wraps it around the vial. Within 5 seconds, that piece of paper just bursts into flames and crumbles to dust.
Have you considered having an enchanter or some sort to enchant the paper so that it can resist such?
That is a very good idea. However, Jerry's only one goblin, and I don't want to bother him too much. His work is already very important, and
If you tell him it's to prevent people from getting hurt unnecessarily, I'm sure he'd be more than happy to.
oh, hell, you see, I tried that before, and he was just like,
Have you tried asking nicely?
me. You don't think I, Lord of Esmond Roseblossom, haven't asked nicely? I even got on my hands and knees for him.
Oh dear!
Because it
That
wasn't
had
enough.
Even after degrading yourself that much for such a paltry idea? Oh dear, perhaps Jerry isn't as kind as I thought he was.
My good lady, nothing is paltry when it comes to alchemy. Nothing at all.
Is there anything you need out from the wider world?
At the moment, no. Unfortunately, every time I've tried to find any sort of alchemical reagents, it's always been, well, less than good.
I see. Well, if you have a list of supplies, if I find anything while I'm out there, I'd be more than willing to bring them back to you.
I will keep that in mind. I will rack my brain and my books to see if there's anything for the next time that you come by. Also, I will say, as well, this is something I should also remember. When you throw those, they sort of tend to have a limited range. You can throw them about, I would say, 60 feet maximum. Sometimes shorter, depending upon the brewing process, but the last batch that I made that these came from, they should be good for 60 feet.
I see.
And also make sure that no one is within, I'd say about 10 feet of where you impact. Otherwise, they will get singed, and they might not be very happy when you do that.
Alright, I will be sure to keep that in mind. Thank you very much.
Oh yes, I want to make sure that, things like that are kept in mind so that...
One last thing. Would you
yes.
happen to have anything that would allow someone that's not so gifted as others to be able to see in the dark?
No, I don't have anything for that. However, if you want to put in a special request, I could attempt to try and create a potion for that. It would take a little bit of time.
Oh, you take commissions? How much would you charge me for that?
Okay, that one is a bit of a doozy. Putting it into a sort of potion variety.
I'd be more than willing to invest in research towards such a creation.
See, I believe I could get something done up within 3 to 4 days, possibly. And if you were to give me around 500 gold, I could make something like that in 3 days.
Alright, that seems reasonable. And I will hand over 5.
My
Listen, I
word,
have luck.
wow! Are we sure that you're not royalty with how much money you're carrying around? My word.
I shan't say.
I see. Keeping it under hush, hush. Lord Ezra Roseblossom is one to know, and fellow royal needs to stay hidden every now and again. Let me just put a mark here in the little thing. 3 days, create a potion of dark vision for the lovely Dune. There we go. Okay, yes, that should be done in 3 days.
And with that, I shall be taking my leave, my lord. And she'll curtsy again.
Oh, thank you very much. He gives a very polite bow.
May the Everlight light your path.
Oh, that's nice.
Good day, we shall meet again.
Yes, hey, like, as you leave, he kind of looks over his shoulder, kind of that little bit of worry and fear. He's like, yes, I do believe we will. Have a good day, Lady Dune.
Good day, my lord.
Back to this then, and as you close the door, you hear yet another soft. Oh, confound it!
What a pleasant man.
Oh my god.
Somebody found the good button.
He's got a face only a mother could love.
A face only a mother can love. I love it. Let's see. I'll put...
He's got a face.
Anyway, what I miss? You guys are looking at him. He has a rope tied around his waist going back up into his room.
What is that?
Hey, it's this thing I use. My wife typically has me do so I don't fucking wander out of bed and work instead of sleeping. Anyway.
Okay.
Why is there a rope hanging above my head?
Don't worry about it.
What are you doing, old man? I can't really say
Don't worry
old
about
man.
it. Anyway, what did I miss when I took a nap?
We're planning on doing exploration thingies in the morning.
Trying to find a way out of here, I assume?
Mostly just getting our bearings and becoming familiar with the place.
It's probably a smart decision. Where are you folks thinking you're going?
Where were we thinking of going, Oleander?
Oh, well, first was the ice place, and then second was the dungeon?
Oh, yes. That's at least the consensus for now.
Wait, there's a dungeon? Ice place? What are you guys talking about?
There's a lake that has a never-melting chunk of ice in the middle of it.
Interesting.
Yeah, constantly seems to regrow. Hey, you need like a drink or something?
Nah, I'll probably go back to bed in like 10 minutes anyway.
Okay, you like want some
You guys
more
have a
milk?
map I can look at? Actually, I can't get any closer, the rope's tight. Oh, there's the young miss. Will you be joining us?
Upon hearing that, looks at Aishah quizzically at us.
Yeah, we were just talking about going, checking out a few places, getting our bearings tomorrow.
Oh, you're all coming with? Oh,
You think that we'd just let you out there to die alone?
well, I know you are coming with, Aishah, but I didn't know everyone else was.
I feel like I can speak for everyone when I say that none of us are particularly satisfied with just sitting around and doing nothing.
I suppose not.
I kind of
I'm
left
gonna
the
go
entire
back to
operation
bed.
up to a
Take
fucking
me back.
numbskull when I got
And I
Wait,
tap the rope and I just
what?
start floating away because the rope is carrying me.
What? Huh?
What?
Is that a rope of coiling?
The rope coils back to my bed and takes me back to bed.
Wait, why is there a rope tied? You
He's
know,
going back to bed.
I'm not going to.
I wouldn't question it.
You know, I'm not going to
That's a
question
magic
that.
item.
Speaking of magic items, I just paid a visit to the good Lord Vezran, and I have acquired some medical supplies, as well as those strange brews that he was throwing before.
From what I've gathered, there's a lake with an isle of pure ice, which does not melt, or at least replenishes itself.
I would say like permafrost, but regenerates it. Regenerating ice sounds marvelous.
It looks like an egg on the map, honestly.
Yes, a fried blue egg.
May I sit?
Vir will take their bow off the other chair. Yes, you may sit.
Thank you. Oleander, what exactly was that tool that you used earlier?
Oh, my Lily of the Valley.
What a pretty name.
He takes out his gun.
Yes, I quite like it.
That is... How exactly does this work?
Well, it's rather complicated. I think the best way to say it would simply be, you know how when there's an explosion, there's shrapnel?
Yes.
Imagine that, but I'm weaponizing it with that concept.
So you create a small explosion to throw a piece of shrapnel at someone?
Essentially.
Ghastly. But fascinating at the same time. Quite the armament. A firearm, if you would say.
I feel like there's a better name for it.
I'm partial to boomstick.
I rather like boomstick as well. It's simple, straight to the point.
It's very barbaric.
A stick that goes boom. It does make barbaric, yes, but does make
It's
sense.
not a stick, and it's not booming. It's more a lever that goes pow.
A pulver?
I don't think calling it a plover is particularly any less barbaric.
I mean, if we want to get crass about it, a death accelerator.
You could say that about any weapon.
True.
I suppose it could be.
I have it. How about a peppermill? You take something large, turn it into small bits, and fire it out to season your target. A peppermill.
Ah, that is a fascinating name.
She kind of just like takes a sip of her drink. I can be good at names sometimes.
At least you're better than some of my colleagues.
Oh,
What would your colleagues call it?
Oh, no, I'm just more thinking of what they named my bow.
What did they name it?
Okay. Vir would pull off the, like, darker, more kind of purple bow with the little star on the end. They named it the Bow of Uncertain Death.
What's so
It
uncertain about it? It's a weapon.
I have to activate it.
Are they assuming that you might miss?
No, they're assuming that it only has a limited amount of charges.
It's a magical bow.
I hit something, and on a hit I can choose that it can stop healing. Nothing can heal it until, I fire again.
I have a much better name for it.
Oh?
A mortal reminder.
God damn it, Amy. That is quite funny. I will admit.
I think we all need a reminder that we're mortal sometimes. Some people let their power go to their head and forget they're just as human, or, I suppose, non-permanent as the rest of us. Well, is there any other business that any of you need to take care of?
Sleep? I need at least another drink.
I think sleep would do us all good.
Could I get one more drink?
Oh, yes. What kind? Alcoholic or water?
Alcoholic would be much preferred.
Now, when we're talking alcoholic, how strong you want this one this time?
Enough to knock me out.
Enough to... Alright.
Oh dear me.
Alright, for this one, I will say I will charge you a bit of money for that one.
Listen, I'm willing to pay. I have the money.
On this cabinet, as you know, before there was like a lock and whatnot,
And just enough so that I can walk up the stairs and then be fully knocked.
Okay, that one's a little bit of a weaker one than what I was going to give you. I was going to give you something that could knock your ass out and then someone would have to carry you up. So enough to where you can walk up would be... this one. Pulls out a slightly... He pulls out a slightly ornately carved keg. Like, this keg is small to where his big man hands can hold it, but it's spilling out some. Sets it on the counter to where he can pour it easier, and this one is for getting, this one is for sleeping, this one's for both. He will pour out a nice mug, and then put it back into the cabinet, and just, alright, this one slightly weaker than the other, so I would say this one run you about 2 gold. It'll definitely be something to knock you on your ass. You should still be able to walk unless you are not good at your alcohol.
I can handle my own.
Very good.
I'll hand him 5 gold, the rest is for the room.
Thank you very much. Like I said, the rooms are good for the moment. I appreciate it. Don't have a name for that one yet, so if you think of anything while you're sipping, feel free to tell me.
Alright, do you need me to make a con check?
A con save, yes please.
Okay, hopefully this is good. No!
Let me double check what the DC on that was.
Why have I just been rolling shit?
It hits hard. It is a strong liquor. Got a hint of... Is that mahogany? Very nice. That must have been sitting in that barrel for a while. It's a nice little aftertaste to that kick, and... Ooh. Okay, yeah, that's strong. Okay, everything's kind of wobbly now. You failed the DC. However, you didn't fail by 10. Originally, you would have been failing by
10.
10 plus. So you're just taking disadvantage on all your, ability checks and attack rolls at the moment, but you'll definitely be getting a good sleep tonight.
Alright, Oleander?
Yes.
Ooh! Oh my.
Do you need help getting up?
I will be okay.
Alright.
But I'm going to wish you good night before I get any.
Oh, good night. I should probably head to bed as well. Are we allowed to take these drinks
Oh,
upstairs?
yeah, you can take the drinks at the room as long as you don't make a mess.
Ah, lovely.
Oleander picks up his mug of water with a bendy straw. He has not taken a single sip.
Do you want a fresh one or some ice or such?
Oh, I'll be fine.
You're weird.
Well, actually, I would like some ice. That would be.
Jerry's behind you. There's no ice in your cup.
Oh, why, thank you, Jerry.
Yep, doing my job, you know.
You don't like to do anything that involves taking a mask off. Why?
I like having it on.
Fair enough. I was wondering if it was cultural, maybe religious. I've met.
No, not particularly.
Alright. Here's gonna wobble off to bed. Which one? This is Cat forgetting.
This one.
Okay.
And then Oleander is this one.
Oleander watches Veer wobble off.